To the third round of the ERS Formula 1 Championship here in Barcelona, Spain. It's a lovely track. This 4.6 kilometers long, a very short drive from the city centre, as we are already on board with the Red Bull of Vapor Hayden. This is going to be an exciting race. I've had information that the whole race is going to be raining, so look out for that. I can't wait to get this thing started. Black Shadow gets a 1 minute 20.6 in the on the medium compound tyre, as Vapor Hayden runs really wide on his soft. That's unlucky. Into 6th gear, he's got to brake late all the way to the right hand side. He locks up again. This doesn't seem to be a good lap. Marshy Boy gets P1. His last few races have not been that good, but he's always had at the raw pace. P1 right now. I wonder how it's going to shape up over the next 14 minutes and 12 seconds. Sector 3 here in Barcelona, not one of my favourite parts of the racetrack. The final corners, the final sequence of corners, the chicane, it really messes up the flow of the lap. Barcelona, of course, been on the F1 calendar since 1991. Skypex right now in P1 with a 1 minute 15.7, a whole 2 seconds faster than Marshall Boy. As Moto Jobe, our pole sitter from the last 2 races, gets a 1 minute 15.4. That's a nice lap from him. Very good lap from him, actually. Brilliant stuff. It's going to be quite exciting as It's a Boy Alfie comes out onto pits. He's on his out lap. Here, Barcelona, you don't really need to take care of your tyres that much on the out lap. You can really push them and try to get some temperature. The tarmac here, they try to get it as close to average tarmac as possible. Of course, this is a testing track. Very good for the drivers and engineers of all the teams to get an eye-in of their cars in pre-season winter testing. So right now, It's a Boy Alfie and Lucas OV 2003 both on their out laps. Adam the F1 King still in the pit lane. As the Racing Point lets the Alfa Romeo through. Lovely stuff. I can't wait for this lap, actually. It's going to be quite exciting. So around the final final sequence of corners, he's got to prepare his lap brilliantly here. Full throttle from now all the way to the run down to turn 1. He's got to brake at around 60-70 metres. Really flat out of DRS, wide open. Is he going to brake on the rumble strip? Yes, he is, of course. He brakes nice and late, turns in early. That lovely pink helmet in the Racing Point car. Full throttle turn 3, of course. I remember the olden days, 2016, they couldn't run turn 3 full throttle. Very difficult. Seems to be a good lap till now. Turn 5, very, very easy to lock up here, but he manages to get away with it. Oh, lovely run through turn 7 and turn 8. Turn 9, is it going to be flat out? Let's listen. Yes, it is. Flat out in 6th gear. Lovely stuff. 310 kilometers an hour when they break in to turn 10. Turn 11 and turn 12. Very easy to lock up your tyres in turn 12, actually. Turn 13, not one of my favourites. Hit the curb quite hardly, didn't he? Yeah, very easy to invalidate your lap if you go to the left-hand side of that sausage curb, the yellow one. Full throttle now. 7th gear, DRS wide open. Where's this going to put him? P4, 116.4. Lovely stuff. Moto Gerbe still in P1. Pascalzi 69 has left the session. Lucas OV, one of the faster guys out there in the Renault. Brakes nice and late. Is this a hot lap though? Might be. Uses all the curb on the entry there. Brakes nice and late. Not a hint of a lock-up anywhere. Full throttle now onwards. Final corner, DRS wide open. Is this going to be an improvement? Yes, it is. P5, a 116.4. I think he can go faster than that. He was one of the faster drivers out there. Yellow flags, green flags again. I think that was him slowing down on the pit straight. As Astrabello has joined the session. Lots of people on outlaps. Moto Jobe, one of them. He is our pole sitter, our provisional pole sitter, I should say. Right now on a new fresh set of those soft compound tyres. They can burn up all their softs, can't they? As the race is predicted to be completely wet. Everyone warming up their tyres here. Mondo Jobe lessing one of the racing points. I think that's Alfie letting him through. Well done. Driver number 97, of course, in the Renault. He's had brilliant pace all year round, and round 3 of the ERS F1 League here in Spain. Is it going to be any different? I'm not sure. He seems to have the edge over his competition here. He's consistently been one of the best, and where is this lap going to put him? He's going to round the final corner, full throttle now, using all of his ERS from the battery pack. Okay, DRS wide open. Where's he going to brake? Is he going to use all of the rumble strip? There's a car ahead of him. That's a Renault giving him some nice slipstream. Use all the rumble strip on the way into turn 1. Turn 2, lovely stuff. Doesn't use any of the AstroTurf in turn 3. Or does he? No, he doesn't. Turn 4, yes, he brakes nice and wide on the entry there. Lovely stuff. Uses the curb at the apex. Runs the car wide to have a maximum and minimum speed. Oh, the brakes going red hot there. Turn 7 and turn 8. Where's turn 9 going to put him? Let's listen. Surprisingly, he also kept it in 6th gear. He completely revved out 6th gear. I've seen some drivers shift up into 7th there. He decided to keep it flat but rev out 6th. That's quite surprising. Not a hint of a lock up here. Uses all the curves on the exit. Lovely stuff. Keeps the left hand tyre on the green stuff to try and unsettle it a bit before turning in, but it should give him more grip at the apex. Full throttle now. DRS wide open. Where's this going to put in? Is it going to be an improvement? I doubt it was. It's a 1 minute 15.401 still for him. I don't think it was an improvement. Skyfex here. In P2 in the McLaren. It's a lovely looking car, this. I love the orange. They got P3 in the Constructors' Championship in real life in Abu Dhabi last weekend. Where's he going to put his McLaren car? Ooh, and that's a mistake. That's a mistake, and that's a costly one as well. Lots and lots of oversteer on the exit of the second to last corner. He's got to be careful coming back on track. That might get close, but oh, that's unlucky for him. That was shaping up to be quite a good lap, wasn't it? He just got lots and lots of oversteer on the exit of the penultimate corner and just decided to keep his foot in it and see where it would get him. If he would have kept that in a straight line, that would have been a lovely lap, but he's thrown it all away, hasn't he? Does he have enough fuel to go for a second run, or does he have to come back into the pits? Adam the F1 King, one of the drivers who hasn't set a lap time yet. As Itaboy Alfie retires from the session, what happened to him? Do we have any clue? No, I don't know. I think it's either crash or he just retired because he's happy with his lap. So Adam the F1 King, where is this out lap? How is he going to be able to prepare his size? He is on the mediums. Full throttle now. Car number 22, the Ferrari, looking lovely. DRS wide open now. Over the line. On the run down to turn 1. Braking on the very, very left-hand side from his point of view. Doesn't use the entry curb there. That's quite surprising. I've seen a lot of drivers, including Modo Jobe, our pole sitter, our provisional pole sitter, use a lot of the entry curb, but Adam the F1 King decides not to. Is he going to use any of the entry curb on turn 4? He used it a bit. He got his left-hand tyre onto the white line as the Red Bull of Vapor Hayden gets out of the way beautifully. Adam the F1 going full throttle now, all the way down to turn 7 and turn 8. Well, that's a bit wide, that might compromise his run. Full throttle. Adam the F1 King on the medium diet lifted at turn 9. He lifted, but he kept it in 7. He did not keep it in 6. He shifted up to 7, and that might be a different strategy at play here, as he goes extremely wide around there. Yikes. Uses a lot of curb on the entry. Oh, uses a lot of that sausage curb, the yellow one. It still seems like a good lap, but he's coming back to the pits. Coming back to the pits. Wow. Vape Aiden here, I think he's on an out lap actually. It's quite an interesting session. Oh, he's coming in, sorry about that. P3 and P2 extremely close, less than a hundredth of a second separating those two. But Moto Joe 99 in the Renault, miles off, 3/10 ahead of Skypex in the McLaren. Black Shadow on an out lap. Let's take you through this lap. Penultimate, last corner here, 5th gear, he lifts off. Oh, that's going to compromise his run a lot down into turn 1. Full throttle now. He did a 1 minute 19.5 before, that's around 4 seconds off the leader. Braking nice and late. Full throttle in turn 3, is it? No, he lifts in turn 3, oh god. This isn't shaping up to be a nice lap, is it? As Vape Aiden has retired from session, I think he's happy with the lap. Full throttle, turn 5, is he going to lock up? No, he isn't, he keeps it nice and clean. 2nd gear, shifting up to 3rd immediately on the exit. Turn 6, turn 7 and turn 8. A bit of a downshift into 4th, that was surprising. Turn 9, excuse me, 7th gear. That was an awful run, if I do say so myself. He should have stayed on the left-hand side a bit longer before turning in. Turned in a bit too early and kept it in 7th. Would have shifted down to 6th at that point, considering that he braked. I wonder where this lap is going to put him. Will it be an improvement of some sort? Might be. As he crosses the line, where's it going to put him? No improvement whatsoever. Yikes. Well, he's still pushing. He might be going for a second push lap here. Another lift. Turn 2. Turn 3 kept it flat this time. The top 5 coming out onto the track right now. Marshy boy, is he on a hot lap? Think so. 7th gear into 8. Where's he going to brake? 110 meters ish. That's nice. That's lovely. Though he's run wide, that might have invalidated his lap. Yes, it has. He's backed out of it. That is unfortunate for him. The Williams car of Marshy boy, only a 116.9. I expected him to have a bit more pace, you know. He seemed very comfortable in the early parts of this season. Moto Joe 99 on his final push lap, I think. Where's this going to put him? Into 8th gear, starting his lap now. Where's it going to come? Come on, he can push hard and show us what he's got. Braking on the rumble strip all the way to the AstroTurf actually. Uses a lot on the apex turn 1. Ooh, cuts turn... Oh, that, I think that might have invalidated his lap, you know. He did cut turn 2 quite a bit. Turn 3, brakes nice and late. No, turn 4 that was, sorry. Turn 5, is it going to lock up? No, he isn't. Our championship leader seems to be on a good lap. Turn 6, turn 7 and turn 8. Oh yeah, that wasn't too bad, that was lovely actually. Keeps it in 6th gear again, but I think that was a small lift actually. Ooh, where's this going to play? He's still pushing, that's for sure. Brakes nice and late. Is he going to run wide like Marshall Boy did? No, he isn't, of course not. Nice late braking here. Does he use a lot of the curb on the entry? No, he doesn't. He decides to avoid it completely. The final chicane. Oh, he has to wait a long time before he can get on throttle round the final corner. Where's this going to put him? Quali session's officially over. It's an improvement of 2/10. It's a 1:15.28 for Moto Jobe 99 as we go on board with Skyfex in the McLaren. He's got to push. He's got to find at least 5/10 to try and beat Moto Jobe and get pole position here. Third gear around here. Oh, brakes nice and late. Uses quite a bit of the entry curve. Final chicane, where's this going to put him? He isn't allowed to invalidate his lap now. He goes a bit wide. Has it invalidated it? I'm not sure. Around the final corner, where's this going to put him? Is it an improvement? Yes, it is a 1/10, but it can't beat Moto Jobe 99, who's still on provisional pole. Still Tashi in the Mercedes X3. 1:15.7 for him before. What's it going to put him now? It's a 1:15.5. He passes Skypex for P2, sorry. And that's the quali session over. That was an exciting session towards the end. Skypex had P3 for a long time, P2 for a long time, dropped down to P3 at the end. That's unfortunate for him. Moto Jobe 99, a 1:15.258. What a lap from our man. Tashi X3, at the very death of it, sets a faster lap time than Skypex. He set a 1:15.507. Skypex in the McLaren P3. Lucas OVE P4. Itaboy Alfie P5. Vapor Hayden P6. Marshy Boy P7. P8. Xoritos NT2000. Scalesy 69 P9. Frankel Dog 10 P10 in the Alfa Romeo racing car. Black Shadow in the BWT Racing Point P11 with a 1:19.2. Adam the F1 King unfortunately did not set a lap time, and Juicy Fruit Snacks was disqualified at the very start of the session. I wonder how this is going to fare. Everyone did their laps on soft tyres. Moto Jobe using all 3 sets. So that was an exciting quali session. I wonder how it's going to be for the race. The forecast did say it would be rainy, but I'm not so sure if it will be. We need to wait and see. Hello everyone and welcome to round 3 of the ERS F1 League Championship. Here at Spain, the race, it's a 50% race here and it's raining. Oh, I can't wait. Lovely track. The rain is just going to add a lot of tension. Ooh. All of the drivers seem to be running the intermediate compound tyre. Some might seem to be running the wet compound tyre. Some might risk it on the inters. I'm not sure if they will. Everyone on the wet. So in qualifying, we found out that Moto Jobe in the Renault was the fastest man around. He set a 1:15.2 if I remember correctly, and got pole. But still Tashi guessing P2 right at the death. Skypex in P3 in the McLaren, Lucas OVE in the other Renault in P4, Itaboy Alfie P5, Vapor in P6, Marshy Boy P7. Oh, this is going to be exciting. Here, the predicted pit stop strategy is predicted to be completely wet. It's either one stop or a 2-stop. I think we'll see more 1-stop than 2 stops, except if people break their wings off, because that is a real possibility here. As Adam the F1 King was disqualified from the formation lap, so was Astrabello. And so was Juicy Fruit. So as I said, there's a real chance of drivers making mistakes, making errors, and unfortunately ending up losing their front wing. And this is just what it's all about, racing in the rain. Consistency over pure pace. They need to try and avoid spinning. They need to try and keep their tyre temperatures alive. They need to try and keep There are front wings on their cars. They need to try and avoid damage at all costs. Lap 1 is not where the race is won. It's lap 33, and the person who can keep his car in perfect condition for the most of it will win. Moto Jobe 99 round here. Oh, this is going to be quite exciting. I can't wait for the race. 33 laps of pure enjoyment. I can't wait. Well, still Tashi X3 has left the session. That's unfortunate for him. As all the cars line up, they tried their best to get the tyres into temperature. I'm not sure how far they succeeded on this extremely wet and cold surface. Moto Jove has to try and defend the inside line into turn 1. Will he though? Sultashi in P2 has to try and overtake him at all costs. This is going to be exciting. Lap 1 of 33. How's this going to fare? 5 red lights. And we're underway in Spain. They all get a good start with Sultashi getting the better one. Moto Jobe 99 in P1. Lucas OV drops down to gets a position up into P3. There's a collision in the background. The McLaren and the Racing Point. There's a massive crash into turn 1. And Lucas OV goes for the direct Sultashi. Oh, and there's a lot of penalties being handed out. Skypax and It's a Boy Alfie made a lot of contact in turn 1, and we have a safety car almost immediately. Lucas OV gets a penalty, so does Vapor Hayden. Wow, what a hectic start. That is really unfortunate for Skypax. He's lost his wing as well. It's a Boy Alfie seems to have gotten off scot-free there. I have no clue what happened in the background. I just saw a McLaren and a Racing Point head into the wall. Oh, and there's even more contact. That's a Red Bull going round. Vapor Hayden has a spun under safety car conditions. Oh god, and he's left the session. Oh no, that's a bit frustrating, isn't it? Spinning under safety car. Spinning under safety car. That's really unfortunate for him. What was going on the main straight though? Somehow Marshall Boy as well managed to get up into P3. Sultashi drops down to P4. Black Shadow into P5. Turn 1, that was a bit odd. I saw, if I remember correctly, the McLaren of Skypex making contact with It's a Boy Alfie. Very similar to the Romain Grosjean incident in Bahrain a few weeks ago. Yeah, they both just headed straight for the barrier on the right hand side. Is anyone going to try and pit for the intermediate tyres? I personally don't think it's dry enough. But you never know, someone down there in the lower half of the grid, they might think that it's worth the risk. We don't know how long the safety car is going to be out, probably 3 laps I'd say. So around lap 3 we should get underway again in racing conditions. Everyone weaving around to try and keep the tyre temperatures alive. As Skyfax has retired from session, I think he's made contact with someone. That's unfortunate for him, that's very unfortunate. As we've got a few drivers pitting. Maybe Aiden, he's putting on a new front wing. He's got to serve that penalty as well. Here's Frankie's though. He's also putting on a new front wing. So 2 drivers already losing their front wings on lap 1. But Mylander there in the Mercedes AMG GTR. Lovely car that. I'm not sure if it's even comparable to these F1 cars though. Juicy Fruit Snacks also dropping back quite a bit. So right now, lap 2 out of 33, we have the safety car on lap 1. Right now it's looking like it's pure Renault domination. It's a Renault 1-2 with Marshy Boy in the Williams in P3. Sultashi the Mercedes in P4. Black Shadow 7-9-3-1 in P5 in the Racing Point. Still trying to get the tyre temperatures in is Lucas OV 2003. I think he's good. Everyone here, not just him, everyone here is going to struggle with tyre temperatures all the way around this race. Because as the tyre wears down at the end of their stint, there's less rubber. So the main way that these tyres generate temperature is the rubber moving around. It's the rubber squishing and expanding the whole time as it runs over the track. Once there's less tread on the tyres, there's less rubber to move around, meaning that there's going to be less temperature developed. The result of that is less grip. But we did see in the 2020 Turkish Grand Prix on a very, very, very slippery surface that the drivers really did try and wear down their intermediate tyres until they managed to get it into slick conditions. The reason for that was that they were trying to get slick tyres without losing their temperature. These intermediate tyres, or the intermediate tyres I should say, keep their temperature much better than the slicks do. So right now, lap 3 out of 33. I fully expect the safety car to come in this lap. Lucas Ove, though, still has that penalty roaming over his head. Let's have a look at the incidents. Quite a few of them already. Lucas Ove got a 5-second time penalty for collision with Vapor Hayden, whereas Vapor Hayden got a 5-second time penalty for a collision with Lucas Ove. Surprisingly, the stewards giving both drivers penalties, not our stewards, the stewards of the Codemasters F1 game, giving both drivers a penalty, which means that it thinks that none of the driver was at fault. In real life, I think neither driver would have gotten a penalty if that was the case, but considering that Lucas Ove got off better after that contact, the real life stewards might have made an exception for that. But we're not sure. We don't know even if the safety car is going to come in this lap. It might do. We hope it does. We just want the racing to get right back underway. Yes, as we cross the Sector 3 split, safety car in this lap. I wonder how this is going to fare. Moto Joe 99 pushing the pack back quite a bit. He's just trying to keep everyone behind until he can finally find the best timing to start pushing and to start building the gap to his teammate Lucas Ove 2003. How is this going to be? Safety car restart, safety car coming in this lap. Who's going to get the better restart? Moto Joe 99 is on throttle already. Lucas Ove close behind 3/10 of the gap. Oh, is he going to go for the dive into turn 1? I'm not so sure about it. Marshy Boy right up there, chuff as well. Siltashi and the Mercedes a bit back. Looks like he looks for it but thinks better of it. Oh, that's a clever move. This race is not 4 laps long, it's 33 laps long. They need to try. As here comes Marshy Boy, is he going to go for the move? Oh, I thought he was going to go around the outside of turn 2 for a second there. As we see quite a bit of hectic here with Skilsey. He's being driven by his ghost, that explains it. So right now it's still Moto Joe 99 in the Renault in P1. Lucas Ove in P2. As here goes Siltashi on Marshy Boy. Who's going to get the move done? Siltashi round the outside of Marshy Boy. Is he going to make it stick? Yes, he is. They've both got traction. Siltashi is ahead. What a move round the outside of turn 5 from Siltashi X3 in the Mercedes. That was genuinely amazing. Wow. I don't think we've ever seen a move round the outside of turn 5 there. Wow, very similar to a move that Marcus Armstrong pulled off in F2 around Spain this year actually. That was a lovely move, small lockup from Phil Tashi actually. As you can see, the brakes glowing very hot indeed. These brakes still develop up to 1,000 degrees temperature even in the rain, which is extremely surprising as Adam the F1 King gets past Xertos NT2000 as there's contact I think. Oh no, excuse me, I doubt there was. Here comes Skills, Juicy Fruit Snacks, I should say, around the outside of Xertos is going to make it stick into the final chicane. They're side by side. Juicy Fruit Snacks makes the switcheroo stick. Is he going to do it round the final corner? They're side by side. Who's going to get the traction off the line? It is Juicy Fruit Snacks, and now Xertos NT2000 is defending from Itaboy Alfie, who has a brilliant run around the outside of him. Is he going to go for the dive? No, he isn't. Here comes Juicy Fruit Snacks is defending from Xertos NT2000. Itaboy Alfie takes advantage of this. It's too wide. Is he going to go around the outside of Xertos NT2000? It'd be a lovely move if he makes it stick. Oh, I can't wait to see who gets out on top. Into turn 4 they go, and it is Itaboy Alfie who does take the position. What a bit of racing down there. That was amazing. That was genuinely amazing. Wow. Up in the lead though, Siltashi has closed the gap extremely quickly to Lucas Ove 2003. Is he going to have a run down into turn 10? He's looking down the inside. Is he going to go for the dive? Yes, he is. No, he isn't. He thinks better of it. Oh, I thought he was going for the dive for a second there. Lucas Ovi still has that 5-second time penalty looming over his head. It's a bit wide from him around there. Ooh, they're extremely close. I think it's just a matter of time till Tashi can get past the Renault. And now what Lucas Ovi needs to try and do is try and build a gap to Moto Jobe, to let Moto Jobe get a bit further ahead. As here goes Tashi in the Mercedes. He's on the inside of Lucas Ovi and he has the position. Is Lucas Ovi going to come back at him though? We're not sure. Into turn 1, he's going to go for the dive. No, he thinks better of it. Very close indeed. What I was saying is that Lucas Ovi had to try and hold up Tashi as long as possible just to get a brilliant result for Renault. But now it's a Renault 1-3 instead of a 1-2. As Adam the F1 gets past Marshy Boy, who I think has made a mistake. He spun on the exit of turn 2. That's a spin for Marshy Boy. We did talk about lots of drivers being able to make mistakes here. And that is the first mistake, a big mistake of the race. Lap 6, Marshy Boy spun and hit the wall, and he's got wing damage as well. That's just adding insult to injury there. Last place with wing damage. He really needs to hope for a safety car to put him back in the verse. As Adam the F1 King gets past Black Shadow, who seems to have a problem. He's dropped down 2 positions. He goes for a dive on his teammate. Oh, that was close, wasn't it? Black Shadow trying to go for that dive. It's a boy Alfie though, right on the chuff of Adam the F1 King. Is he going to get the move, make the move stick? It's turn 10. Adam the F1 King covers the inside line, or does he? Yes, he does. Is he going to go around the outside? No, he thinks better of it. Is he going to go for the cutback though? Yes, he is. It's a switcheroo. It's a turn 11. Can he make a stick? No, he backs out of it. Oh, and they almost make contact. That was extremely close between both the drivers. Wow. That was extremely close. I can't believe how close that got. Wow. As Marshall Boy has also left the session, he's a bit sad there, I think, after what happened. The gap has grown a bit, 6/10 between Moto Jobe 99 and Tashi. It's the boy Alfie also feeling the dirty air around the final corner. That's why Spain is not a good track for these modern Formula 1 cars. The dirty air from their wings, it just stops the cars being able to follow in the final sector. It's a similar problem with Russia. Just having a slow chicane in the final sector does not help at all with overtaking. Juicy Fruit Snacks on the inside of... Juicy Fruit Snacks on the inside of Social Senti 2000, who I think has gotten the position back. So Juicy Fruit, they had to back out there. I'm not sure what happened entirely, as I did mess up with the video screen there. Sorry about that. So right now, the closest battle on track between Felipe Aiden and Astrobello. 0.4 seconds the gap, I should say. Oh, the gap between Tashi and Moto Jobe 99 is exceedingly getting closer and closer. The rain lamps blinking on both cars in unison there. Oh, I think it's just a matter of time till Tashi X3 gets past. I think it just feels like it's inevitable. Moto Jobe just needs to try and keep him back for as long as possible. As Tashi 3/10 the gap, is he going to go for the dive into turn 1? I think he might be, you know. Tashi did set a fastest lap as well. He's on the inside, is he? Is he going to go for it? It goes around the outside. Oh, and that's a small lockup. Does that bring him wide? No, it doesn't. Oh, he has to cut turn 2 a bit, and that lets Moto Jobe take the lead again. 2/10 the gap, 3/10 actually. As is he going to be able to cut back into turn 4? No, he isn't. I doubt he is. Except if he makes a dive stick. Oh, no, he doesn't. He thinks better of it. That's a good thing about Tashi. As he goes for the switchback, Moto Jobe did go extremely wide in turn 4. I didn't see that. He can defend the inside line though. Turn 5, they're side by side. Round the outside goes Tashi. He has the lead right now. Who's going to get the better run into turn 7? Oh, that was extremely close, and Tashi has made it. What a move from the man Tashi driving the Mercedes. What a move to get up into P1. He put the pressure on Moto Jobe. Moto Jobe ran wide in turn 4, and that just let Tashi compound the move. It just helped him. Because I think Juicy Fruit Snacks has dropped down into 11th place for some reason. I think he's probably made a mistake of some sort if that's the case. But he still has his front wing. I'm not sure. I don't want to say he made a mistake without him actually making one, as it's extremely close between Xuritos NT2000 and Scalesy. They're both trying to get past Black Shadow here, who did drop back quite a bit from his teammate. Oh, but wow, what a move that was on the previous lap from Xiltashi X3. That was just incredible, round the outside of turn 5. Lovely, lovely stuff. Similar move to what he did on Lucas OV there. So Xiltashi really the man of the race right now, as it's a boy Arthur really trying to get past Adam the F1 King. Is he going to go for the dive? I doubt he is. He's a bit too far back. He does get extremely close though. The brakes glowing red hot again. Oh, it's incredibly exciting. Is he going to go for the long way around turn 3? I think he's a bit too far back, and the dirty air is just holding all these drivers back. Turn 5. Turn 4, I should say, sorry. Is he going to make it around the outside? Doubt it. Sticking behind. He's just waiting for Adam the F1 King to crumble under the pressure. But Adam really looking strong right now. Adam just keeping his head cool, keeping calm, and trying his best to keep P4. They're both quite a bit off Lucas OV, who is also quite a bit off MotoGP 99. So right now the lead pack, really the drivers who are showing their talent now, showing their steel, I should say. It's away Alfie, 0.3 tenths, the gap between him and Adam. Still not going for the dive. He has quite a bit of ERS left, so he might use all of it on the run down to turn 1. Lap 9 out of 33, soon to be lap lap 10 out of 33, as Adam the F1 King is a bit slow on that corner. This right-hander before the final chicane, he needs to get a good exit here. He needs to get a good exit on the final corner. Is he going to have to lift? Yes, he is. He uses a lot of overtake though. So no DRS, of course, in the rain. 6 tenths the gap. It was a bit unfortunate that Spain uses the awful chicane, which just meant that It's a Boy Alfie couldn't get close enough to Adam the F1 King to make a move stick. Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem about Spain. The final chicane really does ruin the racing. 1.1 seconds the gap up front. Turn 5 around it. No lockups whatsoever from MotoGP 99. Just keeping cool, keeping calm. Ooh, that was a lot of oversteer on the run between turn 6 and turn 5 there. So Lucas OVU, of course, still has the 5-second time penalty. Adam the F1 King, 5.2 seconds behind, 5.1 I should say. Extremely close again between Xuritos, NT2000 and Black Shadow. Oh, this is, it's really giving us a feeling of what could be in real life F1. These drivers just being able to follow each other. As there's a yellow flag, Astrobello has made a mistake. He's spun in turn 8. Oh no, that's unfortunate for him. And he's lost his front wing as well. I think he's hit the barrier. Oh, that is really unfortunate for him. That is extremely unfortunate. It's a Boy Alfie though, right up the chuff of Adam the F1 King. 0.3 seconds the gap. He needs to have a good exit now if he wants to make a move stick into turn 1. Penultimate corner, final corner. Is he going to have ERS? Yes, he is. He's going to use a lot of hot lap. The gap is actually growing quite a bit. 5.5 cents the gap now. It's just a stupid final chicane that the Spanish Grand Prix uses. That it just ruins racing altogether. Another yellow flag. Oh, and here goes Xuritos NT2000 down the inside of Black Shadow. Is he going to make a stick? He goes ahead. They make contact and Xuritos spins. He spins after making contact with Black Shadow. Black Shadow turned in and did not leave Xuritos NT2000 any room there. They were side by side and Xuritos NT2000 was just forced off track as Astrobello comes into the pits. Wow, that is extremely unfortunate for Xuritos. Oh, and he spun again. Oh no. Ah, that's just frustration. That's just frustration coming into play. He just wanted to get back on the power as fast as possible. And that's what racing drivers do. They try their best and it doesn't always work out, does it? It's a Boy Alfie right up behind it. Adam the F1 King using a lot of overtake. Is he going to make a move into turn 10? Oh, I think's better of it. As there's another yellow flag in sector 2. Very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate for Xuritos NT2000. Oh, and here's It's a Boy Alfie. He's right up behind Adam the F1 King. He seems to have better pace, but he just can't find an avenue past. As Xiltashi gets another fastest lap, 1 minute 32.038. is It's a Boy Alfie. How's this going to fare around the final corner? He's much closer than he was before. 2/10 the gap. Oh, this is going to be close as Moto Joby comes into the pits. So does Lucas OV. They both come into the pits. Oh, but he can't make a move stick, can he? So that has promoted Adam the F1 King into P2. Lucas OV, of course, double stacking. He was a bit close for that, in my opinion. Does he have to wait a long time? And he's got the 5-second time penalty as well. And they both go on to Inter tyres. They both go on to Inter tyres. Wow, that has made this race a lot more interesting. The fact that they went onto the Inter tyres means that the rain is coming down. Will we maybe see slick conditions right at the end? I doubt it. But considering the track evolution that goes on around here, it might well be the case. Juicy Fruits, of course, right behind Black Shadow. Now that Explosive Percentage 2000 was spun out, it's Juicy Fruit Snacks who wants to get P5 off Black Shadow. Lucas OVE now down in P9 as It's a Boy Alfie gets past Adam the F1 King. Oh, and they're side by side round turn 10. Oh, that is close. Juicy Fruit Snacks does get past Black Shadow, who made a mistake in turn 8 probably. Oh, and It's a Boy Alfie does get past. Juicy Fruit Snacks keeping ahead of Black Shadow after his mistake in turn 8. That was quite exciting, wasn't it? It's a Boy Alfie as Adam the F1 King comes into the pits. Is he also going to go for the intermediate compound tyre? He might do. You never know. Black Shadow really struggling here. Still touching into the pits. Oh, and is he going to get ahead of Moto Joby 99? Yes, he is. 3.4 seconds a gap as it goes down. Oh yeah, that's quite a sustainable gap there. As Juicy Fruit Snacks also pits. Oh, wow. What is this race turning into? It's a Boy Alfie leads his first Grand Prix. He's in P13. Ahead of Siltashi in the Mercedes. 2 seconds the gap. Siltashi, of course, pit for the intermediate compound tyre. And he seems to be having brilliant pace. We need to wait for them to come 2 laps round to really see what the tyre can do, if it's any faster, if he can set another faster lap. Skelty right up behind Black Shadow, of course. He is running a ghost car as he isn't driving anymore. It is his AI. Exotos Entity 2000 coming into the pits again. Oh god, this race really is turning from bad to worse for him. Not for a front wing change though, it's just for a new set of intermediate compound tyres. Lovely stuff. Siltashi right up behind It's a Boy Alfie, who I think is presumably going to come into the pits at the end of this lap. Lap 13 out of 33, about a third of the way in. A bit more than a third, I should say. As yes, It's a Boy Alfie comes into the pits. How's it going to fare between It's a Boy Alfie and Adam the F1 King though? Because Moto Joby sets a fast lap, by the way, in 1 minute 30.061. Adam the F1 King is being held up now quite a bit by Black Shadow, but he was behind It's a Boy Alfie when he decided to pit. And that might just mean that he can make the undercut work and get ahead. It really depends though. It's a Boy Alfie coming out of the pit lane here. Who's going to get ahead between the Ferrari and the Racing Point? It is the Ferrari! Adam the F1 King made the undercut work for him, and he has gotten past It's a Boy Alfie. Wow. Now, that really is strategy coming into play. But It's a Boy Alfie does have fresher tyres. He does have better pace. And Adam the F1 King is stuck. Oh, and he goes round the outside of the run, and they make contact. They make contact with the Racing Point. He makes contact with the Racing Point, and he's spun. He's got wing damage as well. Oh, no. That was awful to see. They make contact. Lucas OV has pit again, I think. Black Shadow makes contact for the second time this race, this time with Adam the F1 King, who has a lot of wing damage. His whole right front end plate is gone. That is really unfortunate. Lots and lots of drivers making contact here. And it isn't surprising, actually, if you think about it, considering that there's so much less grip on a wet surface. The track is so much more unpredictable. Your rivals are so much more unpredictable. The spray as well. It's just very, very unfortunate. As It's a Boy Alfie did get past Black Shadow there when he made contact with Adam the F1 King. Sorry for calling It's a Boy Alfie. Sorry for calling Black Shadow a renner there. Got a bit confused. So what was going on there? That was down into turn 4. Adam the F1 King was trying to go around the outside of Black Shadow, and it ended up costing Adam the F1 King more than it did Black Shadow, with Adam hitting the left hand side of the racing point and spinning out. Yeah, he did get quite a bit of wing damage. Did Adam pit yet? No, he still hasn't pit. He's still crawling back to the pit lane as Black Shadow comes into pit. No front wing change for him. He goes on to the intermediate compound tire. So does Vapor Hayden. Sorry, Vapor Hayden gets past, I should say. So does Scalesy. So right now the gap at the front 3.1 seconds, with Xiltashi having taken the lead on lap 8. He's looking extremely comfortable, isn't he? The closest battle on track right now between Scalesy and Black Shadow, 7-9-3-1. Black Shadow really having a very, very exciting race, for the loss of a better word. I'm not sure what Black Shadow was thinking with when he made contact with Exosus NT2000. That was, in my opinion, clearly Black Shadow's fault. But the turn 4 incident between Adam the F1 King and Black Shadow, I'm still a bit unjudgmental on that. I'm not sure whose fault that was. It seemed like Adam the F1 King just didn't see that Black Shadow was still there and just turned in. He turned to the right, and that might have been what have cost him, but you never know until you watch a real replay, which unfortunately the F1 game does not have. Yellow flags in sector 1. What's going on there? No clue. I think it's just a random yellow. It's Adam the F1 King. Does he still have wing damage? I think he has. Yikes. That's unfortunate for him. He's waiting up for maybe the lead is going to come around. I hope not, but you never know what could happen around here. Xiltashi X3 in the Mercedes, P1 of course, 3.3 seconds gap, using quite a bit of overtake on the straight between turn 9 and turn 10. Oh, a bit of a lock up there. The gap between P3 and P2 is incredible. I mean, 21 seconds, that's a whole pit stop that Moto Jobe 99 has in hand. Over here to Boy Alfie. Juicy Fruit Snacks in P4, 50-second gap to P3, wow. Lucas Ovi right up behind Juicy Fruit Snacks, and this is going to be quite the exciting overtake. Lucas Ovi, of course, does have really good pace. Xiltashi sets another fastest lap. Lucas Ovi using a lot of overtake. Is he going to get the move, make the move stick into turn 10? They go side by side. Will we see the AlphaTauri come into the mirrors here? As he goes wide, I think he had to let Juicy Fruit Snacks back through. Yes, he has. Juicy Fruit Snacks defends extremely well and keeps the position ahead of Lucas Ovi 2003. So right now, Lucas Ovi really trying anything to get past Juicy Fruit Snacks. Extremely close around the final corner. Oh, that is extremely close. I think he should have the move done and dusted by the time they get into turn 1. Goes down the inside. Oh, that's a late move from Juicy Fruit Snacks. Oh, and that's Adam the F1 King. He's out of the session as... oh, that was an odd move by Juicy Fruit Snacks. That was a double jerk. That should not be allowed, and it's a virtual safety car. Oh my goodness, what happened to Adam the F1 King? That extremely unfortunate. Just on the main straight as well. No clue what happened. Extremely unlucky there. So virtual safety car. That was quite a move from Lucas Ovi. He pulled out to the inside, and I think Juicy Fruit Snacks react. Oh, and then Lucas Ovi of having to avoid Juicy Fruit Snacks there. Oh god. Astrobello gets a drive-through penalty for speeding on the VSC. As we're right back underway. Lucas Ovi still trying to get past Juicy Fruit Snacks. Into turn 9, they're extremely close, oh my goodness. Oh, that was scary stuff, wasn't it? Turn 10, they make contact a bit, wow. Their wheels bang, and Lucas Ovi tries to get the switcheroo. Will he make it stick? On Juicy Fruit Snack, he has to stay behind into turn 11 and turn 12. Oh, God. That was extremely close in turn 9 though, wasn't it? I was wincing at the sight of that. Lucas Ovi really having the balls to stick one up the inside of turn 9. And Juicy Fruit Snacks, fair play to him, leaving him some room. Looks over now, 3/10 the gap. He is using overtake mode. He is able to get past, isn't he? Oh, and I think Juicy Fruitsnacks braked there. Yikes, what was going on there? That was extremely odd. That was a massive speed differential. Wow. It seems like Lucas Juicy Fruitsnacks just had extreme retardation on the exit of the final corner. Wow. That was quite scary, actually. 6/10 the gap now. Vapor Hayden right behind him. He is in a ghost car though, so he isn't actually driving, it is his AI. Doing a stellar job actually, if you think about it, in P6. Black Shadow in P7 after making a lot of contact with Adam the F1 King and with Social Senti 2000. Skelsey up right behind him. They've been inseparable the whole time as Siltashi sets another fast lap with 1 minute 28.9 this time. Edging ever closer to that perfect lap. Siltashi now catching up to Astrobello. He needs to be careful whilst lapping him, you know. There could be some funny business going on there. I hope there isn't. I hope Astrobello just lets him go, because that's what he should do. We saw in Australia the first race of the ERS F1 League season. We saw one of the Toro Rossos getting in the way of the race lead, and well done to Astrobello getting out the way nicely. Lots of respect for that man. Good job. As I was saying, in Australia we saw one of the Toro Rossos, sorry, Alpha Tauris I should say. Lots of name changes going on in F1 these days. We saw one of the Alpha Tauris trying to disrupt the battle for the lead, and that really did end up costing the leaders quite a bit. But anyway, Australia's done and dusted. We're in Barcelona right now. Siltashi in the Mercedes has a 7-second gap to Moto Jove 99, our pole setter, who's in P2 right now. After lap 8, he just didn't seem as comfortable as he was before. It's the boy Alfie in P3. There's a whole pit stop gap between these two drivers. Lucas OV 14 seconds behind, and Siltashi sets another fastest lap. He's setting them in. He's putting them in every single time he crosses the finish line. Is he pushing too hard though? Is he asking too much from the tyres? We've got 13 laps left. This is exciting. We're about halfway through. We're more than halfway through, I should say. Wow. So right now, not a lot of battles going on, unfortunately. That's what happens sometimes in a wet weather race. The drivers, they just sometimes make mistakes, they get past, or... Oh, Black Shadow having... as I say that, Black Shadow having quite a good old scrap with Skelsey, who unfortunately disconnected from the session, so it is his AI driving, and because of that he is in a ghost car, which means for any of you who haven't played the F1 game yet, or are not familiar with the concept of a ghost car, the ghost car is basically a car which you can see but you can't be hit by. So Skelsey cannot have any effect in this race anymore, and it is his AI driving. Skelsey can, of course, if he wants to, join back into the session if he's lucky. This Ghost does have quite a run on Black Shadow as he goes down the inside. It's too wide into turn 1. Is Black Shadow going to fight back? Yes, he is. He brakes later. He goes to the inside and he gets past again. Lovely stuff. Ooh, wow. What happened to Black Shadow there? Skelsey gets past again. That was a bit odd. Didn't expect that. Siltashi 1 minute 27.9 now. We're breaking into the 1 minute 27s. What a lap it has been from him. Wow. As he got past one of the lap guys. He got past Social Senti 2000 as well on that lap. Wow. This man really showing what he's made of right now. Lovely drive. Dominant drive. Since he got the lead, he's never looked back. Lovely stuff. Let's have a look actually at his laps here, because ever since he put on the intermediate tyres, the lap times have just been plummeting. He did a 1 minute 29, 1 minute 30, 1 minute 29.1, 38. Oh, that was quite an odd lap. A 38.7. I think that was when the virtual safety car came out actually. 28.9, 28.5, and then a 27.9. What is going on here? It's lovely to see. As Lucas OV has bit for another set of intermediate tyres. How is this going to fare? I really wonder how this is going to fare. We did talk about the one-stop being the preferable strategy. We did have quite a few virtual safety cars and safety cars as well. We had one safety car and one VSC. which might have ended up bunching the pack together a bit. So, Lucas Ovi going for the risky strategy, going for the two-stop. He's got 12 laps to try and make these tyres work. He's got 12 laps to try and gain back the 20-odd seconds that he lost whilst everyone else was lapping in free air and he was in the pit lane. So now it's going to be a direct fight between Lucas Ovi and Phil Tashi. Because Lucas Ovi, in terms of fastest laps I should say, Lucas Ovi on a new fresh set of intermediate tyres. Phil Tashi on quite an old set of intermediate tyres. But Phil Tashi is looking way more comfortable around here in the Mercedes, the lovely black livery with the ERS sponsorship that came in at the start of this year. So right now, the closest battle on track is between Vapor Hayden and Juicy Fruit Snacks. 0.6 seconds a gap. Unfortunately, it's so unfortunate that we've got ghosted drivers here. I would have loved it if the drivers were actually racing the car and it was not AI. But that's life sometimes. Is Vapor Hayden going to be able to pass Juicy Fruit Snacks here on the run down to turn 1? He's a bit too far back, isn't he? 9.2 seconds a gap. Moto Gervais really falling back quite a bit from Siltafi actually. 9 seconds a gap. Well, I mean, both of these drivers have looked incredibly good this season. Siltafi, of course, did make that mistake in Bahrain last time round. Very unfortunate for him. But this time round, he does seem more comfortable. He does seem to be the faster driver. He does seem to be more consistent. 9.5 seconds a gap already. Siltashi just lapping around faster than anybody else in this session. .3 seconds a gap between Vapor Hayden and Juicy Fruit Snacks right now. It's really unfortunate, no real battles going on. I would have loved to commentate on something a bit more exciting, but Itaboy Alfie decides to come into the pits. Is this going to challenge Moto Gervais to come into the pits as well? I doubt it, but we can always hope, can't we? If one of the drivers of the top two comes into the pits, as there's a yellow flag in sector 1. What has gone on there? I've got no clue. I was hoping for a spectacular crash, but nothing went on there. The only reason I was hoping for a crash is because it's a game. Will Itaboy Alpha get ahead of Juicy Fruit Snacks? It's going to be close. Oh, that is extremely close. They made a bit of contact, and Juicy Fruit Snacks does stay ahead. Wow, that was close. Now, Itaboy Alpha, he should try his best to get past the AlphaTauri, who does go a bit wide in turn 3. He uses a lot of overtake. He's going to make the move stick on around the outside turn 4. Oh, he's still around the outside. 3rd gear, surprisingly, not 4th. Shifted up into 4th now. Is he going to make the run on the inside of turn 5? Yes, he is. He breaks late. He gets past. Is Juicy Fruit Snacks going to be able to fight back, though, on the run down to turn 6 and 7? Yes, he is. He's using overtake on the inside of turn 6. They're side by side. Oh, and it's a way off. He goes for the switcheroo and he makes his stick. Juicy Fruit Snacks overshot that corner. He overshot turn 7 and that has cost him quite dearly, actually. I think it's the way off. He would have gotten past anyway, but that was quite the move from him. Oh, that was close. That was extremely close. Juicy Fruit Snacks overshooting the corner badly. I thought he would go and crash into Itaboy Alfie for a second there, but manages to avoid the racing point. Itaboy Alfie, it says that he's just... Juicy Fruit Snacks got a 10-second time penalty for corner cutting. I mean, what is going on there? Juicy Fruit Snacks just took the old track layout. Overtake mode as Juicy Fruit Snacks drops down to P10, and they make contact, they crash, and that is completely and utterly Juicy Fruit Snacks' fault. Juicy Fruit Snacks, I mean, if I were a steward, I would give him a race penalty here, because that was unacceptable. Cutting the corner like that, cutting the final chicane, going off track, gaining an advantage, and then crashing into his rival. That is stupid from Juicy Fruit Snacks, and I really think he should get disqualified for that. What was he thinking? That was, I mean, I'm sorry, but I can't accept racing like that. That can't even be called racing. We're not in NASCAR around here. You can't just crash into a rival like that. That was a really stupid thing to do for Juicy Fruit Snacks. as it goes wide into the gravel as well. I mean, this might actually allow Black Shadow to get past Juicy Fruit Stacks, ghosting quite a bit, and they make even more contact. Black Shadow has lost his wing as well. No, Juicy Fruit Stacks, what are you doing? Mate, you've got damage. You need to stay out of the way of other people. Oh, Black Shadow's got damage as well. Oh, you can see the left-hand side end plate is completely missing there. Xiltashi X3 would have sawn that, and he's going to be careful as he passes the racing point. Turn 9. Lovely stuff, actually. Turn 9 in the rain is one of the best, most satisfying corners to drive, as well as Pouon and Eau Rouge and Radion, of course, at Spa. I think a bit of off-topic discussion here, just because there's very little development, as Vapor Hayden, the man to make a pit stop. So is Itaboy Alfie. That's quite surprising. I didn't expect Itaboy Alfie to make a pit stop. Wow. As Crucial Fenty 2000 gets past Juicy Fruit Stacks there. Skelty gets past both of them, gets past Vapor Hayden and Itaboy Alfie. Itaboy Alfie having to put on a new wing there. It is so unfortunate for him. I mean, he was looking so comfortable, and God, that is extremely unfortunate. He was looking so comfortable in P4, P3 actually. I think he was ahead of Lucas Ovi after he made that pit stop, and that's just cost him quite dearly, just because Juicy Fruit Snack does not know how to drive fairly. I mean, you can't go ramming into rivals like that, I'm sorry, but that just isn't how racing works. Moto Jobe in P2, 11 seconds behind Xiltashi in the Mercedes. Lucas Ovi already almost a whole minute behind the race leader. Wow. Everyone might get lapped here, you know. With 7 laps remaining, we could end up seeing everyone except Moto Jobe getting lapped by Xiltashi. It really depends on how fast people can drive, but I think we're really seeing quite the... Oh, that Skelzy coming into pits. We're seeing quite the dominant performance, aren't we? So Vapor Hayden, just 1 minute and 22 seconds behind Xiltashi. But around the whole main straight gap between them, so I think Vapor Hayden should get lapped by Xiltashi. And so Lucas LV might be lucky there. It might just be everyone except the top 3 being lapped. Black Shadow also getting past Skelzy. That's Skelzy, but Black Shadow, he did have quite a bit of contact at the start of this race, or in the medium part as well, considering he made contact with Adam the F1 King, as well as making contact with Crucial Fenty 2000, sorry about that. But he's seeming quite strong. It's a Racing Point 5-6. So right now, Racing Point, the second most earning team. Oh, in terms of points, they are earning the second most. Where Renault, with their 2-3 finish as it stands, is earning the most. As Juicy Fruit Snacks finally goes to the pits, he is going to have to serve his time penalty here, I presume. Let's have a look. The mechanics aren't even ready for him. That is a bit... that's very pathetic, but also a bit unfortunate for him. It was his fault, the contact he made with Itaboy Alfie, but he is still in the race, and he can still get a fastest lap, I presume, considering he's got fresh tyres on, weaving quite a bit on the pit exit, lifting off as well. He might get lapped twice here, you know, by Xiltashi X3 in the Mercedes. I mean, what a dominant performance this has been. Yellow flags in Sector 1. I wonder who that is. That is Juicy Fruit. So, I mean, if he tries to take out Xiltashi here, okay, he's backed out of it. That was a bit odd. I mean, that was a bit unfortunate as well, but Juicy Fruit really not having a good race round here. Going back to my point about Xiltashi, he's had an absolute dominant performance this time round. I mean, he's led from lap 8, he's got a 15-second gap to P2, he's got a minute gap to P3. It's just incredible the amount of performance here. And there's a safety car. This might play right into the excitement. Oh, this is going to be very exciting, right? Oh my god, I'm excited. Lap 28 out of 33. The safety car is presumably going to come in on lap 31. If you consider it takes around 3 laps in the game. Lucas Ovi has pit. Is he going to go for a new fresh set of intermediate tyres? Probably is. He shouldn't lose any positions here. He might lose 1 position, but that's the most he might lose. Moto Jobe stuck by... Oh, I hate this about the F1 Codemasters game. The Codemasters F1 game. They do not allow the lap cars to pass. Ooh, that was extremely close. Is that a penalty, Moto Jobe, if they make contact? It should be. But I think he's gotten away with it. That is lucky. That is extremely lucky. I think he braked just about in time there. It's very unfortunate that the game does not allow the lapped cars to pass the safety car. It does end up being extremely annoying on the safety car restarts. If there's just 2 or 3 lapped cars at some stages between the... Ooh! Lucas OV has been disqualified from the session for ignoring yellow flags. This has thrown a mighty span in the works, and it's put Vapor Hayden, the guy who was ghosted since a very long time, that's put him in P3. Itaboy Alfie has the opportunity, I think, to get into P3. I think Itaboy Alfie is my favourite for P3 now, considering that he's had quite a good race until he was viciously taken out by Juicy Fruit Snacks. I mean, what went on with Lucas Ovi there? Disqualified. That is extremely surprising. What has he done? It said for ignoring yellow flags, but... Well, now we've got 3 different teams on the podium right now. Now this is looking exciting. I think there's going to be 1 lap car between Moto Jobe 99 and Xiltashi. Is this going to give Moto Jobe the opportunity to get the lead here? I am not sure. So both Xiltashi and Moto Jobe have pit for new tyres. Vapor Hayden has as well, 2 laps to go. Itaboy Alfie also has 2 laps to go. Scalesy 1 lap to go. Xusa Center 2000 and Black Shadow have pitted last lap. Astrabello has pitted 13 laps ago. So this is going to be quite interesting, isn't it? Lap 29 out of 33. There's going to be around 3 racing laps left at the end of it, I presume. 3 seconds the gap between the leaders now. Yeah, as I said, there is 1 lapped car between the 2 leaders, and this is just going to be extremely annoying for Moto Jobe. He's just going to be shouting at Scalesy to get past. But of course, this is the F1 game. They do not think logically around here. And Moto Jobe has, unfortunately, to sit behind Scalesy 69 in the AlphaTauri. Oh, and he's goes... Oh, God, what was that? He went onto the grass there. Yikes, that was a bit... I think he was just trying to get some temperature into the tyres, and he unfortunately did a Russell reference to the Imola Grand Prix. Oh, it used to be called San Marino Grand Prix. It is called the Italian. It was called the Italian Grand Prix Emilia Romagna. I'm sorry if I butchered the pronunciation of that, but the Grand Prix in Imola. Reference to George Russell binning it under safety car conditions. At the very end there, he had the chance to get points and he binned it. Moto Jobe does not have contact. Does not have damage. Sorry. Does not have damage after going off track there. It was quite lucky actually that he managed to stay out of the wall there, because the grass has extreme amounts of slipperiness. Oh, it just doesn't have a lot of grip, I should say. So lap 30 is the safety car going to come in. We need to wait until it crosses the sector 3 split. Will we get a message? No, it doesn't seem so. I think it's going to stay out for 1 more lap then. So the safety car is going to stay out for a whole other lap. So right now, your top 8, all the running cars are Xiltashi, Moto Jobe, Vapor Hayden, Itaboy Alfie, Scalesy, Social Senti 2000, Black Shadow, and Astrobello in the Ferrari. Oh, and here goes Moto Jobe. I think he did get damaged. Did he get damaged then? Because if he did, he's got to change his wing. He might have gotten damaged there, if he's changing his wing. No, he isn't. He's putting on dry weather tyres. This is throwing another span in the works. Wow. Dry weather tyres? Well, the track is drying up quite significantly, but are dry weather tyres really what he needs right now? Because if the track dries up by the end of this lap, Moto Jobe 99 has pulled a strategic masterstroke if he actually manages to get the dry tyres to work. If he can get temperature into those slicks, that should be brilliant by the end of it. Tiltashi now is just going to be trying to limp it out, limp it back home. Oh, can't wait. It's a boy Alfie, of course, has the opportunity to get back up into P3. He might even make it into B2, you know, if Moto Jobe can't get his tyres to work. But it is extremely dry. It is getting dry by the minute. By the second, I should say. And if we go on board, you can see a bit of a dry racing line. Ooh, so has Moto Jobe just overtaken Tiltashi X3, considering that he's got a dry tyre on, a set of slick tyres on. I can't wait for this. Safety car in this lap. Tiltashi is leading from Moto Jobe, from Vapor Hayden, from It's a Boy Alfie. Unfortunately, every single driver has a lap car between him or her. And that's just very annoying, isn't it? Well, It's a Boy Alfie is very close to Vapor Hayden and probably will get past here. He might even get past Moto Jobe. As we go on to lap 32 out of 33. 2 laps to go. Tiltashi is on the intermediate tyres. Moto Jobe 99, 2.7 seconds behind, is on the slick weather tyres. Oh, this is going to be exciting. Tiltashi just trying to keep the gap as big as possible, with Moto Jobe just pushing hard to try and make the soft tyres work. He does seem to have quite a bit of grip, lifting off quite a lot into turn 5. It's a boy off, he gets past Vapor Hayden there. Due to Vapor Hayden being lagged out of the session or retiring from the session, I'm not sure. Moto Jobe now really trying to get past these back markers. He did go purple in the first second. That means that the soft tyres are working. He can see Tiltashi there in the distance. 1.9 seconds to get 1.8. It's coming down by the second as Black Shadow drops Iron Scale D69. I think he's made some sort of error, or it is his AI driving, so I doubt errors can happen there. 1.5 seconds a gap. Oh, this is going to be so heartbreaking for Tiltashi. He's driven absolutely phenomenally. He's driven absolutely phenomenally this race, and it's just incredible to see Moto Jobe pull such a strategic masterpiece. I mean, pitting for dry tyres, for slick tyres, what a risk. But I think it's paid off here, you know. So after this, 1 lap to go. Oh, it's going to be exciting. Can Tiltashi keep Moto Jobe behind? This might be a last lap pass, you know. Oh, just waiting, using DRS. That's a fast attack by a long shot. 124.099. Is he going to go for the dive into turn 1 round the outside? Oh, I think it's better of it. Tiltashi really trying his best to stay ahead, but I really doubt he can make it, if I'm honest. Is he going to go around the outside, Moto Jobe? Around the outside of turn 3? No, round down the inside of turn 4. He's on the inside line. Oh, and I think he's made it stick, hasn't he? Tiltashi doesn't have anything he can fight with. He has to back out of it. And that has just concluded. I think this is it. This is the race done and dusted. Moto Jobe 99, a last lap pass. How often do we see that? This was an incredible race, but it did have its few boring aspects to it. But right now, the final safety car really did throw a complete and utter spanner in the works. Moto Jobe 99, incredibly clever, incredibly lucky to put on the soft compound tyre, and he's literally the luckiest driver out there. I mean, oh, he's the cleverest driver out there, I'm not sure. What a risk that was. That was riskier than driving this car blindfolded. He could have costed himself a points finish here. If he would have crashed out of the race, he might have ended up having a DNF. I mean, but MotoGP 99 crosses the line and wins the Barcelona, the Spanish Grand Prix. Xiltashi X3 in P2. What a dominant drive this was from Xiltashi, but that last safety car gave MotoGP the opportunity to pull a strategic masterpiece. I can't say enough how incredible that decision was to put on the soft compound tyre. I mean, MotoGP 99, what a win it is for him. The man who led from pole position, who lost the lead in lap 8, got the lead back on the very last lap. Oh, and what a race this has been. Astrobello driver of the day. I'm feeling extremely sorry for Xiltashi. Dominated this race since he got the lead. But wow, just simply incredible this race. So many spanners, so many unexpected turns and twists. What a race this has been. I hope you enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I really hope you join us for the next one. Round 4 next time round, next Monday at 6 PM UK time. Incredible stuff. I really hope you enjoyed. MotoGP winning. What a race from the Renault driver. 3 stops compared to Xiltashi's 2. Xiltashi is really fuming right now, presumably. I mean, having had such a dominant race, 14 seconds at one point. I think it was 15 at one point, actually. Seconds a gap to B2, and that's just going to be frustrating for Xiltashi. He was confident that he could win this race. It didn't end up being. 8.5 seconds a gap in the end. Astrobello, of course, getting the fastest lap. He got the fastest lap, actually. Wow, what a performance from Astrobello. He got 1 minute 22.2 there. Lovely stuff. I think he also pitted for the soft compound tyre. So, what a race this has been. We saw lots and lots of DNFs, considering it was wet. Lucas Ovi, he had a disqualification, actually. That is very unfortunate for him. No clue what happened. The game going crazy, I presume. Juicy Fruit Snacks, not very well done from him. Adam, the F1 King, very unlucky. And that's it. That's the end of round 3 ERS League around Barcelona. The circuit to Barcelona, as you can see. I really hope you enjoyed it. I thoroughly did. Good luck.